Welcome back to my channel. Chrissy explains it all. So, in the spirit of doing things a little bit different, this is not a typical review as, you know, where I would tell you a rundown of what happened. But this is more like a, let's just have a Chrissy chat for a minute. You know what I'm saying? I want to give you a recommendation. So, this, I'm going to recommend, if you haven't already, I recommend that you watch Cruel Summer. I watched on Hulu. And this is a freeform show. If you remember, freeform used to be, I used to know it as ABC Family. That used to be the bomb channel back in the day. We used to watch Pretty Little Liars, and we had Secret Life of American Teenager, and I used to watch The Fosters on there. It was just a couple of different shows. It used to be the jam, but now it's freeform, and they still do have, you know, some really good shows. And you know, they kind of cater to like a teen audience, well, a young adult audience, I will say. So anywho, this Cruel Summer, I have been hearing about this. I've been seeing things on Facebook and Instagram, people just talking about it, saying, did you see the episode? And I'm like, and saying it's so good. And, you know, I kind of just, it took me a minute just to see what was happening about it. I turned it on one day, and a friend of mine was visiting, and that friend was kind of like, what is this? Turn this off. So, you know, I turned it off and, you know, really didn't give it a chance. But then I had some time last week, and it was, you know how you just get into bed and you just like, let me find something to watch. So I happened to just turn it on. I said, let me, you know, give it a chance. Ended up watching probably 2 episodes, and should have been asleep. I should have been asleep. So I watched 2 episodes, and then the next day couldn't wait to get home, and had to watch another 2 episodes, and then finally yesterday I had time just to binge the rest of it. And if you are a binge watcher, this is something that you could totally binge. It's only 10 episodes, only been 1 season. So let me just kind of explain the premise. So you have 2 girls who are teenage girls, and one is very popular, the other one not so much, kind of, you know, has two friends, and kind of a social outcast, if you will, of sorts. So Jeanette is the one who's a little bit more awkward, comes from, you know, kind of a family who is not so much, I think they're not well off, but they're probably middle class. But then you have Kate, who is from this wealthy family, and she's this popular girl, and Jeanette kind of just not necessarily envies her, but just it's kind of like she just, it almost seemed like an obsession, like she was obsessed with her. So strangely, Kate goes missing. Kate goes missing. I ain't gonna tell you where she was. I ain't gonna tell you what happened. You gonna get to all of that, especially, I think all of it. It really comes out episode 9 where she was at. Well, it starts coming out earlier than that, but you get really the whole background of about episode 9 to 10. So, when Kate goes missing, Jeanette kind of somehow comes into kind of like replacing Kate, because she becomes this popular girl. She manages to get with Kate's boyfriend, and has Kate's 2 best friends become her new best friends, and it's like she's living Kate's life. And the show kind of goes back and forth. The first episode says the event, well, every episode comes on and it says the events that are going to take place happen on whatever date, 93, 94, 95. So it kind of flips back and forth every episode, showing you what happened on that date in 93, showing you what happened on that date in 94, showing you what happened in that date in 95. So it's a good show. It's very interesting. Like I said, this is a recommendation. Take my word for it. Watch it. I will say, for this to be a 90s show, you know I'm a 90s girl, I'm a 90s baby. Some of that stuff was not accurate. I mean, them clothes that they was wearing, we wasn't wearing that stuff in the 90s. Who was working in the wardrobe department? I mean, I could have helped y'all out and, you know, got y'all with some 90s fashions, because some of that stuff, I'm like, that was 2000s. Who was the historical expert on this show? But none of that matters, because the writing is the bomb. It's a good show. Please watch it. Season 2 is already greenlit. And I read that they gave that the thumbs up even before season 1 had concluded. So you know it's good. I did read there was a little bit drama with the creator, and so the creator was only stayed on for like the pilot season, but did get, you know, some credits on all of the other episodes. So we're gonna find out. I'm wondering what direction they're gonna go in for season 2, because I'm telling you, the show was so good. I almost thought, like, watching it, I always at the end of a show will go and research and kind of just Google and find out the behind the scenes stuff about the show. But watching it, I was like, this has to be like a limited series. You know how you watch those limited series and it's only like a show that's coming on for one season or whatever. I thought this was the case, because it seemed like this season like just wrapped up so well. It wrapped up beautifully. Episode 10 had like this conclusion. Everything was resolved. We were satisfied with everything. So I'm really curious to what direction they're going to go in for season 2. But I know one thing is for sure, I will be watching. The question is, will you? Let me know if you watched the show. Let me know if you will watch it. Let me know your thoughts on it. Drop down in the comments. Let me know. As always, like and subscribe to my channel. It's been real. It's been nice. It's been real nice. But I gotta go. I'm out of time. So, until next time, don't do anything you're gonna have to explain, because you know your girl Chrissy explains it all. Peace.